Hello, bonjour. I just thought I'd check in with you. It's not because of the weather and everything else for November. There's not an awful lot we can be doing outside now, the garden or anywhere, but I just thought I'd have a quick chat with you. Today I'm just staying because we've got parcels being delivered. We've nearly always got a parcel coming at some point because Duncan orders materials for work online very often, but because it's getting near Christmas, there's things that we make sure we don't want to miss, and then it goes off to a depot somewhere and then you've got to track down where it is. But so I'm staying in. The weather's rubbish anyway, and I just thought I'd just show you what I'm up to today. I don't know if any of you have got a wood burner. I know obviously here in France they're very common because we don't have gas mains or anything to have gas heating and things like that, especially in the villages. You can run your heating off of a gas bottle, and oil. Oil is the other most common, but all these things are getting very expensive. But as you know, we have a wood burner, and we recently purchased a wood burner fan. We've always just thought, why on earth would you need one? I have to say, and we were so unsure. We just thought, well, when we actually looked on YouTube, I did, to look at reviews to see what all the fuss is about, really. And then Sharon lent us hers to see what we thought. And even that, at first, we was thinking, but you can't really feel anything off the fan. So I looked to see how they have to be used properly and everything. And I have to say, we are quite impressed. And it's amazing what a little fan can do. You have to position it properly at the back of the fire, and it's basically, the way we see it is, we think it almost cools the actual casing of the fire down a bit so that it doesn't burn the wood so quick, and also takes the heat away so that it's not all intense in one spot. So if we're sat on the sofa, we're not getting roasted. So we leave the living room door open, or this living room, kitchen, dining room, this room basically, we leave the door open, and in the hope that the hallway and some of the heating goes upstairs, because we don't tend to use heat in the bedrooms because we don't like to be really hot in the bedrooms. So let's just quickly show you. Right, so there's the fire. It's not roaring away at the moment. I'd probably need to put some more wood on in a minute, but I can tell you there's a lot of heat coming from that. We've just brought some of our wood in. We've got a little wood for starting. Ash's bucket's going to need emptying soon. So yeah, there's the fan. Sharon's has black blades on it, and we borrowed that, and we couldn't get one with black blades, so we had to go one with gold. Flashy. And well, yeah, it just sits there doing that all day. There's not I can put my hand there and there's nothing coming from that as far as I'm concerned, but it is so effective. A friend of ours has got 2 or 3 on there, so I'm not quite sure we really need any more than one, but yeah, so that's how we're keeping warm this winter. As you know, as I say, you know, we have wood burner anyway, and we definitely need it today because that weather outside, I'm going to show you, if I can show you through it's pretty miserable. Look at that. But it is November, as I say. You know, what do you expect on a November day? As you can see, we've got all the lights on. Kitchen, dining room and in here. Because it's quite, we've only got those little windows at the back. So we get some light in, and obviously the French doors, which we use as windows, we don't use them to go out of. The only time those doors get used really is when we have anything delivered that's big, and we can then move the sofa and bring in through there. It's like the wood burner, when that was delivered, the truck had to come close to the doors, then we came in through there. But it's cosy, I must admit. We do like the fact that it's cosy. So yeah, so as I say, it's November. So there's not long now between now and Christmas. Yesterday, we decided to go to a Christmas fair. That's the first one we've been to this year. in a little town called Chavain-du-Maine. You never expect much from the little fairs because obviously you're just in a little town like social hall, or what they call salle de fête here. And it was just nice to get out, so we took Sharon with us, and we spent quite a bit of money actually. But I love it because it's all handcrafted things there, and there's some of the things that there's one lady who sells natural sort of remedies and soaps and all that sort of thing as you do. Another lady was selling some of her jewellery, and she'd done, I'm not sure what it's called, is it mandalay or something, colouring with the tiny little details, and she was sending little pictures of those. I bought a pair of earrings from her which were really gorgeous blue sparkly balls, and paid €4 for those. Quite lucky. I should have brought them down to show you really, but no, you wouldn't be able to see them because they're quite small. What else did we get? We managed to pick up, another lady does, she has her own bees, and I bought off of her before some tubs of polish, obviously beeswax polish, and it smells divine and really lovely. There's someone we know who's got a chateau here, and she also buys and sells, renovates, all this sort of thing, antiques, and she uses this polish all the time and highly recommends it. And so, because that's why I got some last time. And then the lady did say that she probably won't be doing it anymore because it's quite a challenge to get enough wax. But she had 2 there yesterday, and I bought one of them just so I don't run out too quickly. What else did we buy? Oh, and we bought some English mince pies that the Americans watching may not know what I'm talking about, but they're like a fruit mince, like raisins and currants and everything. The little mince pies that we have with cream or custard or anything like that on Christmas, whether it be Christmas Day or whenever. I can make my own, but we managed to spot those, so we picked them up. What else did we do them in? I'm thinking around the hall now where we went. The next one I think was pottery, and the lady had some lovely little bits of pottery. We generally try and buy most of our pottery from our friend, but we also like to support other artisans, and we picked this up. It was like a little pumpkin with holes in it, and it's got a little base, and it's quite heavy actually, and it comes with its own little tea light. You've got a choice. She gave a choice of smells and colours, and that was €20. But we love it. It's so well made. It's really nice, and she took quite a choice of colours and things there. Next one, I think, not sure we bought anything after that one, but then we went to the tombola stall. Very often with these tombola stalls, they are the tickets that you get, you only win if your number ends in a 5 or a 0. They do it similar to that most times, and it was 5 tickets for €1. So we decided to buy €2 worth. There wasn't a single 0 or 5 in them. I thought, oh. I jokingly said to the lady, "Are you sure there's any in there?" And then Dunk said, Go have another 5, so we bought another 5. And lo and behold, I won the main prize on the table. And it was a hamper which had a bottle of wine in there. It had a small tin of mackerel, a jar of foie gras. I think there was and another one was like a terrine. I can't remember. Oh, butternut squash and something. Yeah, it's about 6 items in there, and it was arranged really nicely in this box. So as soon as we came home, we put all of that away. But I was really pleased with that. So it just paid off to actually go have another go. Sharon had bought some as well, but she wasn't so lucky. And there's also another lady there was selling macrame things. Oh, and there was a French man. He had his paintings there, which were lovely. But we didn't purchase any of that. But the macrame lady, we saw her last Christmas at another bake, and she actually gives lessons on macrame. So Sharon and I will be going to that. So that's quite exciting for us, and we love to learn a new craft. So that we'll be booking that up with her very soon. And then we decided to stop and have a cup of tea, of course. So we went and had tea and cake. Sharon and I had a scone each, or scone, whichever way you say it. And Duncan had a lemon cake. And it was nice because we bumped into a friend of ours there as well, so we had a long chat. And then that was it, more or less. We left after that. Oh, we did also buy, on the way out, we found a little store that was selling really nicely folded packages with chocolates in. They were only €1 each. So we've bought a couple of them just as extra little presents for someone. As I say, and then that was that. We left. It was raining on the way in. Not raining when we come out, but it was still, as I say, not as bad as today, but it was still So we ended up going back to Sharon's for a cup of tea and a chat, and then I came back. We both had lots to do. I've been making Christmas bits and pieces. We're going over to see the family on the 15th of December. So I've bought most of my grandchildren's presents because of Brexit and everything. I haven't been able to buy presents very much, and it's because it's so expensive to post over. I think I said this last year, but if you're new here you won't know that. So this year, because we decided we need to go over, we're only going for 4 days, we buy presents this time, so that's what we've done. I bought several. Obviously I can't say what they are because in case my children see this before they open them. And I'm making, rather than wrapping them all, I'm making them all personalised Christmas sacks. And so what I've done is I've got some in my stash. If you watch fopy'sCreations, I've got a huge stash of fabrics that people have given me or I've acquired over the time, and I've got sheets and duvets and things like that, and I've been making sacks. I couldn't decide what size to do them, so I had to look online. I thought that's quite an average, it's like a pillowcase size, and I've been putting initials on them, as you can see. I don't know if you realise, but I've got 11 grandchildren, so it's taken a little time to cut them out and put these initials on them. And so now this part of what I'm doing while I'm waiting for this parcel is sitting watching TV and finishing some of the embroidery on those. And also forgot, on Saturday went into Mayen. We nearly always go into Mayen on Saturday, and we'd very often have lunch out. And we went into our favourite shop called Action, which some of you may remember. I can't go in Action and come out empty-handed. This time I spotted this as soon as I went in, and it's a tiny little watercolour paint set with a tiny little brush in there, and I thought that's perfect for if I've got some little sketch pads and that I could go out if I wanted to, or if in the backpack on holiday I could take it with me and just be able to just paint a small painting while I'm out. And that was 99 cents. I was really impressed with that. So it's a good little purchase. Couldn't resist it for that money. And then I picked up these buttons. Now, probably the last thing I need is buttons. But again, I've got lots I can recycle. But sometimes you just need a slightly special button. And I've got 2 packs of these. These are wooden buttons. And they were, I don't think they were even 99 cents. I might have been 69 cents. And that's, you could pass that up. So, yeah, so I've got those to put in amongst my buttons. I don't know if you remember me saying, but sometimes the local school, well, going back in time actually, the local school usually at least once a year would have a repas, and repas means a meal, and they used to cook up a big meal and hold it in the local salle de fête, like the community hall, and you buy tickets, and then they'd have the meal, and then they'd have a DJ in the corner, and it was quite a long evening, but it was always really sociable and very well attended. And because of COVID, it's just not taken off again properly. So what we've done the last 2 years, I think it's only 2 years, is sell a meal that you can go and pick up, so basically like a takeaway. Last year we got a I think it was a 3-course meal, and you could buy a bottle of wine, so you got a whole meal, take it away with instructions on how to warm it up. And so we did that, and we ate at Sharon's house, had a really nice evening. In fact, thinking about it, I think it might have been this year in February, something like that, so it wasn't last year. So they did another one this weekend just gone, and this time it was much simpler. It was just, you could have a choice of a chicken tikka, like an Indian, or a tartiflette, which is sliced potatoes and bacon and cream and cheese. And we just thought, it's not very often you have curry here, so we decided we would have the curry. And it was, I think it was €7 each, and any of the proceeds were all going towards the school. So we decided we'd do that, and again we ate it at Sharon's. So we did that on Friday evening, and we had, you know, a few glasses of wine, had a really good laugh, and we bought dessert to go with it, because we didn't think there was going to be a dessert. It wasn't clear, but there wasn't. So we bought ourselves some profiteroles and a lemon tart and things. As usual, the diet doesn't happen at the weekend. Yeah, we had a good laugh, and then we sat and actually played quizzes. We did some quizzes that were online on YouTube actually. Usually about the ones we did this time were mainly movies. I think last time we did general knowledge. We do like to test our brains a bit, but we had a really good laugh. And yeah, so that was a good evening. So that was Friday. Saturday went to Mayenne, and then yesterday, as I say, we went to this vet. So I think that's about it to report with you today. I can't think of anything that I haven't told you. No, so I'm just going to cosy up here, stop the fire up occasionally, and I shall see you next time. Hope you're keeping warm. Au revoir.